Hello, gentlemen. How are you?
Oh, Matthew, you sound a bit down.
You do sound a bit Alexander Downer.
No. I tell you what I did. I sat down. I was watching one of my favourite movies, The Warriors.
Yes.
Great cult movie, and fell asleep. And I've been asleep for about an hour and a half.
Oh no.
You know when you get one of those.
Yeah.
I'm just on a bit of a. Yeah, but I'm good. I'm good. I'll be back in a minute. I'll be back very, very soon. Halfway through this, you'll sense me lifting.
Brian, do you remember the hack we had when you're going to have a daytime sleep? What should you do beforehand?
Have a cup of coffee.
But
you've got to set an alarm and then get up. Yeah, but you've gone too far now. So your body clock, Matthew, I've learned all about this. You probably weren't listening earlier, but I've got some testosterone cream for us. It's coming on its way. We get to rub it on each other's belly button.
Oh,
and
yes, great.
I'm bringing it in. We're going to bring it into the green room, and we're just going to have a little party.
Just pull out the tarpaulin and just rub it all over the tarpaulin and just...
Cannot wait. No, but Matthew, you've got to set an alarm because your body thinks it's going into a nighttime sleep.
Yeah.
So
right.
that's hence the phrase power nap.
Yes.
When we had the scientist, the doctor asleep.
But it's the greatest tease, a power nap.
Oh, it's good, but if you just put it on put your phone on your guts, your left hand down your pants, you lie back on your lounge, and you just have some sort of curiosity show puts me to sleep. I have that just curiosity show going about.
I used to love the Curiosity. No, actually, I didn't love the Curiosity show. I hated the Curiosity show, except for the bloke who looked like Warren Boland.
Oh, he was awesome.
He was Jerry.
He was. He had a bit of Greg Brady. You're right. He had a bit of Greg Brady. Now, Matthew, your brother Joey's come out and made a very, very intelligent comment, I thought. Did you hear him talking about Joseph Sua'ali'i?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so Joey came out. This is not verbatim.
Do you want me to read it for you, Brian?
Yeah, read it out.
Okay, so it was in the Sydney Morning Herald.
It's either him or he's got a terrific ghostwriter.
No, he said...
I'll give you... Yeah, he's got a ghostwriter. Anyway, shout out to you, Webby.
Well, Webby writes this. Sua'ali'i deserved to be sent off, and there has to be ramifications for serious acts of foul play. Stop hitting people in the head. It's that simple. Forget about the millions of people watching. We need to be committed to a safer sport, to which we came up with what, Brian?
Yeah, we want the 20-minute job from what the union do.
Yep.
But it's got a lot of people here are saying, and then you can replace him after 20 minutes, but if it's intentional, and a lot of people are saying, how do you know if it's going to be intentional? How do you know? Well, you can tell.
That wasn't intentional.
Yeah. No, you can tell. So that's why we need a player in the box for the next 20 minutes to say if that. It's pretty obvious.
So, Matty,
you know when someone's
under that circumstance, he gets red carded after 7 minutes, and in that time, a match review committee or whoever the case may be, it shouldn't be upon the referee in the middle of the ground to decide such huge ramifications. So there is a committee that's got 20 minutes to decide whether he's out of the match, can he be replaced or he can't. In his case, it wasn't intentional, so unfortunately, Joseph, you're out of the match. However, you're down to 12 for 20 minutes, then you can be replaced. So so what would have happened after 27 minutes? Hudson Young, for example, comes on to complete 13 players for New South Wales, and they're down 20 points to 6. That's a fair enough punishment, isn't it?
I like that. And I like the fact that if it's judged intentional, there's no replacing if it's judged intentional. Yeah, I like that. That stops the goons. Sending someone out there in the grand final or a big origin match and just saying, go and take that guy out. And people go, why would a player do that? He wouldn't do that. Well, players would. When a coach says to go out and do something, they go and do it. I like that. I think it's good.
Do you remember the blood bin? Remember we brought that? Was that ever true that players were taking blood capsules in their mouth?
87 grand final, they say that Bozo
Fletch.
and Manly.
Yeah.
87?
Fletch used to be hilarious. So Manly, they used to have the blood capsules, but then when we went away in the 95 tour, the sheriff, Brian Hollis, who was Bozo's right-hand man, because it was limited interchange at international level, that sheriff would come on, one of the players would take a knee like Spud, ask Spud about this, and he'd run on and either have the blood capsule or he'd have just a tiny little razor blade and he'd just nick and just produce a little bit of blood, point to the referee. Yep.
Oh, so the claret, it was anywhere. So you could put it on your arm.
Free change.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was around the was it around the HIV?
Probably.
It was, Fletch. Yeah. It was like it was in all the sport with what was happening with AIDS and HIV, and they came up that any time there was any blood, you had to go straight off.
Yeah. Okay, we should bring that back.
The blood bin.
The blood. Hey, Matthew, we've had a lot of texts here talking about you on Cooper's potty. You had Nat and Garth Wood on. They were saying it was very, very good.
Oh, mate, I don't have to tell you, Fletch, he was talking about you through the podcast. They're just such great blokes and great family, live some sort of life. And, Natty's just one of the best storytellers you'd ever hear. Garth was really good, talking about his stint in the Allen Can.
They
talking about.
You got into that?
Yeah, we had a chat about that and different things in his life. They were really, really good.
I wouldn't have thought.
He was telling us about the Nathan Cleary thing too, when he played for the Warriors. And,
tell the listeners, Matthew.
So what he did, Nathan was literally Nathan must have been 5 or 6, and Natty and Ivan were teammates of the New Zealand Warriors. And Natty said, I used to get bored, so I used to try to do the rounds on all the boys and do the G-up. And he said, anyway, I found out a way to break into Ivan's house. So what he said he and Beck and the kids were out. He said, so I jumped into, I jumped into Ivan's bedroom and hid myself in their closet. And he said, mate, I'm hearing them down there and they're buggering around. They're not coming up. So there's a clock radio there. So he hops out and he turns the clock radio up. So, obviously he hears them go quiet. Oh, there's something up there. So he thinks it's going to be Ivan or Beck that come up the stairs, and he jumps out and
with a mask on. He had a mask on, didn't he?
Scream mask on, and he's jumped out and go. Anyway, it's Nathan. He said, mate, Nathan screamed. And I think he slept with Beck and Ivan, the poor kid, for the next couple of years.
No, he still does now. He still does. Yeah, no, Ivan said Nathan was traumatised.
Really?
Had to go see Sykes and everything.
Really?
Because he wouldn't sleep.
I'll tell you what, Matty, I reckon, I don't know if you spoke to him off camera or not, but I reckon Garth, and you spoke about the Allen, I reckon he would have been just fine there. I don't think he would have had a problem at all in there.
He said what it was initially, because of course he could handle himself so well. He said initially the hard time he was getting with basically with the screws, and they were saying they'll put him in a pretty hardcore prison to start with, and he had to convince them he was no more, he wasn't going to be any trouble. Then they shifted him up to Cessnock after that.
Oh, it's scary sort of.
But likeable, they would have got around him. He's likeable.
Oh, and they know a lot of people.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about the 18th franchise, Matthew. Could be a hybrid Bears, Newtown, Western Australia or Perth.
Yeah.
Do you like it? Don't like it?
I like it. I like it. If they can, look, it can be, joint ventures can be problematic, and you've got a triple joint venture there. But I think, as far as Newtown supporters and North supporters, they'll get what they want. They'll take whatever they can get. They've been fighting hard for a long time, and there's no doubt Perth would accept it. They're just, a lot of the people over there are just desperate for a team. So I do like it, Fletch, and particularly for the North supporters, the people that got lost when they got cut out of the competition and the Northern Eagles collapsed. A lot of people just left the game and stopped supporting the game. So if it brings a lot of those people back, fantastic.
Do you think the Western Australian fans would get around it? It's not really their team, or do you think we start up just a whole new brand, the Pirates or something?
Yeah, Fletch, I reckon they get around it.
Yeah.
I don't think it'd be a problem. The example you'd use is, the Brisbane Lions, which were the Brisbane Bears, and they what were they down there? Fitzroy Lions, and they came up, and initially people said it won't work, but it did. It was
Swannies
very, very
as well.
Successful. Swannies, South Melbourne, that's right.
Yep.
Up here,
play on,
great guns.
Play on. Hey, Matty, one of the sneak goes for Maccas. If you go through the Maccas drive-through and you get quarter pounder or cheeseburger, whatever the case may be, and you ask for the steamed bun, the fillet of fish, that's a sneak go.
Big sneak go.
You've got a sneak go too, have you, Matty?
That's what it is.
Oh,
that's
no.
No. That's cool. No problem. I was with the two lads last night, and we're coming back from a comedy show, and I said, mate, boys, let's go fancy a burger. So I drove through. And Cooper said, I'll get them a chicken with the steamed bun. I went, what?
Yeah.
He said, asked for the steamed bun. He said, I learned off the Kiwi boys. They do it over there. And I went, well, I'm not. He goes, ask for it. So I've gone, quarter pounder, and can I get them, the 3 of them, steamed bun? And I turned around like thinking it was going to be G up. Anyway, yep, no problem. Anyway, it just takes it to a new level.
Yeah.
You can ask them for a lot of things. So you can ask them to put an egg on there.
Really?
Yep. You ask them, they'll charge you.
Like you can have a quarter pounder, add egg.
Can you put an egg on there for them?
Really?
You just got to ask.
What is the king of the burgers? I think it's a quarter pounder.
Maccas wise or just in general?
Yeah, Maccas wise.
I'm a Big Mac man.
Oh yeah.
In that styrofoam little carry-all that just won't disintegrate.
Yeah, the styrofoam one, the old environment killer. They used to call it.
Do you ever put a few chippies on your quarter pounder, Matty?
Oh, definitely. Why not?
I got one for you. Yeah. Do you ever get the strawberry milkshake? Get your chips and then dip it in the strawberry milkshake.
Oh, fine. I'm not into the sweet and savoury thing.
No.
Aren't you? Oh, you haven't lived. Tourists, what do you say to that?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm with you, Fletch. Get it dunked in. Sweet and sour sauce in general. That's the go.
What's your hierarchy, Tourist?
Oh, it's the quarter pounder, number one.
Yeah, I think
that
is
question.
the number one.
Big Mac's too messy.
Yeah, I'm with that. I do enjoy the McFeast, but I find that when you've got the beetroot there and the tomato, the fillings get a little bit slippery and you're driving, it all ends up in your lap.
Yeah. Remember, we're just talking about childhood crushes, and I know, Matthew, yours was El McFeast. I know you got around El McFeast there for a little while.
The great El McFeast.
Other than that, who was your...
Yeah. Heather Locklear.
Ah, yes.
Oh, yes.
Remember, Charlie was Dynasty. She was on Dynasty, and there was another one. It was a TV cop show.
Melrose Place.
She was in the cop
uniform.
uniform.
Oh, no, the cop uniform. Was that Strawberry Blue Street?
Oh, no,
Hill Street Blues? No.
No, it wasn't Hill Street Blues. It was before that.
I can picture it. She had the black police officers on. She had handcuffs, and she had a really tight waist.
Oh,
really tight belt.
I used to just sit in the lounge room at Cessnock. Mate, we used to have 2 channels, Channel 3 and 5A, and it was the go on Channel 3, mate. It
5A rings a bell.
Day, 5A, yeah.
5A rings a bell. What was 5A?
She was married to Tommy
5A
Lee.
5A was your Channel 2, ABC.
Oh, okay.
So Goodies, Kenny Everett Video Show, Monkey Magic, all those shows, the 6 o'clock shows. But yeah, mate, Heather Locklear was just mate. I'll tell you the one, right? This she was a big crush of mine for a long time because I love Cop Shop. Geez, what's her name? Yeah, Spray and White. Paula Duncan.
Oh,
Paula Duncan.
Yeah,
Paula Duncan McRae.
Love to have a view with.
Yeah.
You know who I now.
Paula Duncan Fernley.
Paula Duncan. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
okay.
Cheers, Mickey.
Okay.
I think I'm starting to work out my childhood crushes. So I had Peggy from, I said that earlier about...
I couldn't believe that.
Yeah, Married with Children.
The mum.
The mum, Peggy.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, and also Hot Lips Houlihan.
I loved Hot Lips.
Hot Lips Houlihan, I think I've had a run there too.
Have you?
Oh, it's just bringing back. Maybe it's the testosterone gel. It's just bringing back all these memories.
Oh, mate, that's another one because there was always, oftentimes back in those days, there was a blonde and a brunette, and it was funny because all my mates at school were always liked. Let's look at Cop Shop. There was Paula Duncan and Linda Stoner, and all my mates were Linda Stoner, but I was a Paula Duncan man.
Yeah, were you a Cagney or a Lacey?
Lacey for sure.
Yeah, Lacey. Were you a Laverne or a Shirley?
I was Laverne.
Yeah. Well, okay. What about Golden Girls?
I didn't know who.
Yeah, the old one.
No, well, she was the youngest. She was the youngest. B. Arthur. So her Dorothy.
Yeah.
Dorothy's mum was she was the mad one. Stella. Stella?
Yeah.
She was actually the youngest out of all of them.
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
Correct. Betty White was the oldest, I think.
Estelle Getty.
Who was the Roman one, the real Roman one?
Oh, she was the Blanche. Blanche was Sandal the Roman.
Yeah. Hey, Matty's got to go. Matty's got to go.
I had a couple of beers a couple of nights ago, and I'm just sitting in the lounge, nestled in, and I watched Old School for the first time, I reckon 8 or 9 years. And mate, it's funnier than the first time I watched it. It was just, mate, and I tell you what you pick up on, just the little subtleties.
Yeah.
In it that just, mate, it is a Peter Douse.
Well, I've got one. I've got one for you, Dousty. It's
Douse.
on Prime. It's on Prime, and one of your favourite actors is in it. It's called Outlaws. It's an English comedy, so I love how English comedies go. But Christopher Walken's in it.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Oh, you got to watch it. It is so. It's it's funny. Who's the big guy out
So is it talking about the in-laws, is it?
No, nothing to do with that. There's 6 people that just get they meet because they've all done these sort of little petty crimes, and they all get put together. I don't want to ruin it for you, but it's very, very good. Very funny.
What a career he had. One of his, that early stuff, he was a really intense, serious actor. Of course, Deer Hunter, he was in that. Yep. And then he's just slowly morphed, thanks to Saturday Night Live, into this wonderful comedy actor. Just, Fletch.
Well, he does it. The opening scene in the first episode, he just bungs it on. He's bunging it on. It's very, very good. So it's on Prime.
The Pulp Fiction. It's one of the greatest scenes in history. Saying to the young Bruce Willis, son, I served in the war with your dad, and he hid this uncomfortable chunk of metal in his ass for 5 years.
I think we got it here, Matthew.
Guess what? I got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell.
I'm gonna need more cowbell.
So is that where his comedic talents were first seen? Was it?
It is said that he went on Saturday Night Live, and he had a couple of iconic skits in that, and it's just gone from there. And since then, he's sort of been jettisoned into comedies rather than dramas.
That movie we're talking about, Heather, T.J. Hooker with William Shatner. Shatner to bed.
Oh, the old TJs. Yeah, gotcha.
I tell you what, I'm with your mates. I think Linda Stoner. I've just had to Google her.
Yes.
I would have been in Team Linda Stoner.
Oh, yeah. What
Matty
about Belinda Green? When I used to watch Albie Mangles, and he would just be out there with his white little boardies on, and, it was good.
Yeah, he was, mate. He had that. He had when I've heard, was it you that said it, Fletcher? When you go back to the 70s and 80s, everyone was skinny.
Yeah.
Everyone had that sort of raw bone look. And Albie Mangles, he personified that. Had the tight huggers, barely had a shirt on, but just sinewy, strong, and reliable.
You know what that's called? Sugar.
Homemade meals.
It's called Sugar.
Homemade meals.
I've got this book at home. It's Sydney from the 70s, 80s, 90s.
Yep.
And 2000, so it goes over the years. And you have a look, there's pictures of people down the beach, Manly and stuff. You have a look at the rigs on everyone.
Correct.
Dynamite.
Yep.
Then you get to 2000s, Fadipa, 2010s, 2020. Then you just
We need to let Matthew go, Brian.
Mate,
Matthew.
big Pavlova's little plates.
That's exactly right.
Righto. See you, Matty. Have a good show tonight.
Same to you. See you soon, Fletch.
See you, MJ.
Morning Glory tomorrow.